Hi, welcome to Tea Chats. I'm Yara, and if this is your first time here, I'm a resilience coach, a trauma-informed coach dedicated to helping women in midlife move past emotional stressors, heal from the inside out, and create a balanced, vibrant life that they actually love waking up to. Now, today's chat is about the hidden cause of stress that most women overlook. And excuse the glasses because the sun is like extremely bright. We often think of stress as something that happens in our mind, something that we can power through with a little extra willpower and a good to-do list. But the truth is, for many women, especially those of us in midlife, stress isn't just mental, it's emotional and it's stored in the body. And I can tell you, when we talk about managing stress, we're often missing the real conversation. So let me just say this plainly. One of the most overlooked causes of stress is unresolved emotion. Emotions that were never expressed, pain that was never validated, experiences that were too overwhelming to process at the time. So they got buried and they got stored in your body. Years ago, many years ago, I was diagnosed with stress-induced fibromyalgia. Now, the medical community doesn't have a clear-cut cause for it, but in my case, my body had been under emotional, physical, and mental stress for just too long. And it eventually started to show those symptoms. It eventually practically shut down. Now, my healing came from auditing the stress in my life, bit by bit, and learning to care for myself in a new way. Not by pushing harder, but by actually being more gentle with myself. Because healing doesn't come from pushing. It comes from allowing. And it definitely doesn't come from fixing, but by feeling. And one thing that I noticed in myself, and now I see in almost every client that I work with, is how disconnected we can become from our bodies when we've been carrying emotional stress for years. Now, shallow breathing is one of the most common signs. Okay? You might be doing it right now without even realizing it. It's that subtle, tight breath that we take from the chest instead of from the belly. And that's often a sign that the body is bracing, is still in survival mode. And it's why I always recommend checking in with yourself throughout the day. Not just mentally, but physically and emotionally. Now you can ask yourself, am I breathing fully? Where am I holding tension? Is my jaw clenched? Are my shoulders up to my ears, up by my ears? What emotion might I be carrying right now? Okay, these are things that you need to ask yourself. Now, these check-ins, they're small, but they're powerful, and they'll help your body feel safe again. And once the body feels safe, the mind starts to follow. Okay? That's when healing and resilience begin to grow. So, if you're feeling stress but can't quite explain why, please don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Okay? Your body might be carrying things that your mind hasn't yet unpacked. Okay? And I just want to remind you that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak. You're human. And your body's trying to keep you safe. Okay? Healing takes time, but you're absolutely capable of it. Okay? You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to breathe, to reconnect, and to finally feel like yourself again. So if this message resonated with you in any way, I welcome and I invite you to be a part of our community. I love to have you be a part of our community. And remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Until next time.